Hi everyone, you may be familiar with my car Mary. So this is a 1989 supercharged Unos Roadster. So it's a short nose 1.6. It has been repaired in the past. It's been done in such a way that the front main is leaking and there is not a lot that I can do about it, unfortunately. That front pulley is permanently sealed to the crank nose, so I can't get it off. I can't change that front main. Obviously at the moment, everything's on lockdown. We're all finding that there are things that we do want to do to our cars. I have to underseal this car. Despite the paint is actually extremely solid. You know, we're all taking advantage of no track days, anything like that, to do work that we would otherwise be waiting until winter to do. We had it up on the lift the other day and I found some stuff that is not quite what I was hoping for. So this is everything wrong with my 1989 MX-5. You can see this wing is pretty gross. There's some serious rust on this front wing. It has been replaced in the past as well. It's not an original wing, so I believe it's just been thrown on and painted without any sort of real preparation, which is why that side's going. This side, the wing is in much, much better condition. So this wing is probably savable, to be honest. We get round to where the arches are. I mean, that is so good. You look at the state of this car and you think, that car is awful. That car is a total shed, but actually, in reality, this car is pretty fantastic in general. It has had a rust repair in the past. Underneath here, there's like a couple of plug holes that look like it's been done. Although all the spot welds around the back are all original, so I'm not sure exactly what's been done there. Something, but actually, I'm not too worried about that. However, under here is where things are not quite so pretty. So when we picked this up, it was on two great big steel tubes, and unfortunately, it has done a pretty good job of crushing those. So we are going to stick some frame rails on this to improve that. There are a few little bits where the pinch welds have been jacked up on and they've separated. It looks bad up the top, it looks bad underneath, but it's really solid. So it's definitely worth looking after this car. So I'm going to hit it with a whole bunch of buzz weld. You're going to see me strip all the underseal off. I think whilst I'm at it, I might as well polybush it. Then the engine's got to come out. So then it's getting some head work, and I don't know whether to put rods in it or not. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to happen to this car to take it to the next level. I'm thinking I might paint it. So should I stay pink? Should I change the color? Let us know down in the comments. I would really love to go like a really bonkers, bright, vibrant raspberry pink color, but let me know what you think about that. But yeah, let's get to stripping off all the suspension. Let's get off all the old underseal and prepare it to rust treat it. Now that everything's out, there was a bit of a palaver where we had to actually shift the subframe to be able to get this top bolt out. What was happening is there are two captive nuts on the anti-roll bar bracket, and the anti-roll bar bracket is tack welded to the subframe. So there's a little captive nut here, and the bolt head was hitting that. Yeah, the only way to make room for it was to drop the subframe a little bit, shift it over, and then with a bit of brute force and ignorance, smash the bolt past it. But it's all come out okay, so we're going to carry on stripping the chassis. So earlier in the day, I removed the wing and I've started using a knotted wire wheel to take back any surface rust, remove a lot of the seam sealer, because when you remove some of that seam sealer, that's where everything's getting caught and that's where it's starting to rust away. So it's been pretty good, but there is an area here where I have a small hole. Also round the side here, there's just like some pitting. So it's really important to remove everything back to give us a good base so that we can apply new seam sealer ready for the underseal. I want to keep working my way through this, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a car that's in much better condition that will last us a long time going forward. After spending much of yesterday evening stripping off all the underseal and exposing any areas for concern on those strengthening rails underneath the car, I started to pull the doors off because I knew that the sides of the windscreen were looking a little bit sorry. And unfortunately, there is the worst rust spot yet on the A-pillar on the passenger side. So I've now got to strip the windscreen out of this. Not looking forward to that, but it's got to be done. I'm this far now, so why stop? So as you saw, I didn't have much luck getting the screen out without breaking it. The seal was in there real good. I mean, it's 31 years old. That was so sun-baked on there. It was so hard. I was talking to James and he said that on his NB that he's building that it just popped right out. So I was really struggling. I kind of half expected it. I thought I'd just give it a go. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. I've just taken the interior trim out so I can see where I'm going to be able to poke some throttle cable or something similar through that to then saw it backwards and forwards and release it. So onto that bit. Let's see how many pieces this windscreen actually comes out in. Wow, okay, so that was one hell of a job, as you saw. I really would not recommend doing that yourself. That was extremely tough, especially with that dash still in. There's just no way to get the cord around the bottom of the windscreen, so that was extremely difficult, which is why I ended up kicking it out at the bottom, which of course broke the bottom of the screen. I went through yesterday and just finished up taking off all the adhesive. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably crack out the wire wheel and get that all cleaned right back so I get a really good stick. So the whole reason that windscreen had to come out was because of this A-pillar. That is less than ideal. So now that I'm happy that I have gone through the whole car and there's no more surface rust to come off, it's time to start cutting out the bits where there are some real bits of rust. So I'm going to turn the slow-mo on and get to it. Now that everything's been cut out of the car, I've been round and made all the panels so that I can begin putting stuff back together, which is pretty exciting. You know, general things aren't too bad. Probably the most difficult part to make, and the one that's going to take the most time refinishing, is this little patch down here. So you use this hammer and the small end, and place the sheet steel over the top before I cut the metal out and just hammered it all into like a rough shape. And then what I've done is I've just trimmed that away over time to get me a shape that fits in there pretty nice. It's now cracked the welder out, have a go with that. I'm not very good, so we'll see how that turns out. So I've just finished up welding the underside of my car. It's not the prettiest job in the world, but luckily I've got some Skid Nation chassis rails to cover up the atrocities underneath. So I also have my precision calibrated chassis rail straightening device, and I'm going to put it to good work. So mint. Thanks for following along this episode. I can't believe that it's ended up in this state. That was not the intention at all. It was supposed to be a super simple, let's just underseal it and protect it for the coming winter whilst we're unable to take it out and enjoy it. Obviously, as you saw, it didn't end up that way. I certainly didn't expect to be having to replace a windscreen, but that's where we are. So in the next episode, we're going to fit a new windscreen, we're going to underseal it, and hopefully we're going to paint it. So put down in the comments what color you think I should paint it. Should I keep it pink? Should I change it? And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you need any parts for your MX-5 or your Miata, go to boffyracing.co.uk. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. Give us a call as well. We're always happy to talk through your build. We love hearing what you guys are up to. So yeah, thanks very much. Luckily, I've got some chassis rails. Oh my God, did you hear how I said that? Oh, you fucking asshole. Oh, right down my fucking sleeve.